Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
Very few vehicles develop a community of ownership like the Mazda Miata. But why? Well, maybe it's because Mazda's been building the Roadster for over 25 years and there's never been a bad one. Or maybe it's because the Mazda Miata's been universally praised since its inception as one of the most fun cars to drive for the money. If you're looking for fun, affordability, and reliability, come see our Mazda Miata selection today and experience for yourself why Miata is always the answer. At Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi gang, Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Another week of the Clarence Bugs Show. As normal, here's hoping you and yours are doing just absolutely marvelous since the last opportunity we had to spend a little time with you and yours. Last week, our country once again saw the politicization of laws in this country, as once again, Donald J. Trump, for the fourth time in 5 months, once again, hauled into legal proceedings and charged with a crime. You had to know at some point that this was going to backfire on the Democrats and the left. You know, Americans are a funny breed. We love an underdog. We love a good comeback story. And because of the mainstream media and those on the left, we've become more and more in tune to injustices that are being perpetrated in our country. You would think, if you were a liberal, God forbid, and I know that's a bit of an oxymoron, liberals and thinking, because the two typically don't go together, but that's a whole different show for a different day. You would think they had figured this out by now. And you'd be wrong. But the American people, on the other hand, are not in the camp of liberals, despite what they will tell you on ABC, NBC, Marty's favorite, C, the BS, CNN LOL, and MSLSD. Despite what they tell you, Americans will tell you differently. Just yesterday, a new poll comes out from the Civics Polling Organization asking our fellow Americans, do you believe America's on the right track or the wrong track? Just 24% of Americans that were polled said this country's heading down the wrong path, a dangerous path. According to the civics polling data, among independents, only 17% say Joe Biden's America is heading in the right direction. Nearly 75% of independents say we're heading down the wrong road, y'all. 49% of Democrats say Joe Biden's America is heading down the wrong road. Only 33% of Democrats say Joe Biden is leading us down the right road. Now, I don't know about you. Well, I guess I should give you the numbers for conservatives / Republicans, how they feel. 2% said we're on the right path with Joe Biden, by God. 2%. 96% say, oh, no, we're going down the wrong road, y'all. But you already knew this. You already knew this. And yet, don't be surprised if they figure out a way to haul Donald Trump into court for something else. Again, Americans are a funny breed. If you've ever been involved with the Scorpio, yours truly is one. I am the kind of person, y'all, I will go along until I reach that point. And once I reach that point, oh, it's over. All the apologizing in the world, I may be gracious and listen to it, but that's about as far as it's going to go. Trust is something that has to be earned. And once you violate it, you can't come that way with me again. That, my friends, is where America is rapidly approaching. You know, many of us that love this country dearly, we are of the opinion, oh my God, how do we end up here? Where are we going? All the worries that Americans have. But you know, there's an old saying, sometimes you got to go through it to get to it. Such is the case here, y'all. As painful as it is to go through, as painful as it is to watch my fellow Americans go through it along with me and everyone I know, there's a silver lining there that says maybe next time when the media comes up with all this foolishness. Racist. He's racist, 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 racist. Russian collusion, Russian collusion, Russian collusion, Russian collusion. Maybe next time you'll remember how they lied to you last time and what you got right now as a result of it. Now, some of y'all, there's no hope for you. I get that. But for the rest of us, it is an entirely different story. The Democrats are going to have to, they're going to have to come up with something real quick, y'all. Because speaking of polls and absolutely horrible numbers for Joe Biden and the Democrats, the Associated Press, commonly known as AP, or as I call them, always propaganda, in conjunction with the NORC Center for Public Affairs Research, did a huge survey recently asking likely American voters, do you think Joe Biden is too old for another 4 years as president? 77% said, oh no, he's too old, y'all. They can't hide this anymore from you. They hid him in his basement for the entire election cycle. But they can't hide it anymore. Now he's falling off his bicycle, tripping on stairs, falling down on the stage, falling asleep in meetings, saying stuff that nobody can decipher what the heck this guy just said. They can't hide it anymore. Americans are seeing it for what it is. 77%, y'all. Oh, and did I mention 69% of Democrats say Joe Biden's too old for another 4 years? You heard me right. His own party, y'all, 69%, 1 percentage point shy of 7 out of every 10 Democrats say Joe Biden's too old for another 4 years. So you may as well get ready, because between now and the next election cycle, between now and when he does or says something really stupid, they are going to be trying to convince you how great things are in America. They're going to try to convince you what a wonderful, marvelous job Joe Biden has done as president. Well, the polls from my fellow Americans say otherwise. So you know what's coming, right? The media, in a roundabout way, are going to ask you, are you going to believe us or your lying eyes? Yeah, I know every time you go to the grocery store, you paying twice what you paid when Donald Trump was in office. But are you going to believe your lying receipt, or are you going to believe what the mainstream media tells you? I love it when they prove me right. Y'all called me all sorts of ugly names when I tried to tell you. Y'all went out of your way to talk about old Clarence when all I did was tell you the truth. The old folk will tell you the proof in the pudding is in the eating. Boy, that pudding sure looks good. And you take that first spoonful and you're like, my God, this is the nastiest stuff I ever had in my life. The proof is in the eating. You're having a tough time swallowing it now, aren't you? Maybe next time you'll listen. Listen, y'all. In the words of the late esteemed Dr. Isaac Patty Griggs, understand me thoroughly. This is not about puffing out my chest because I was right. Because I cannot stand to see the suffering going on amongst my fellow Americans for an absolutely horrible decision that we tried desperately to warn you about. But we got called all sorts of ugly names, and you fell for the okie doke. Simple question. How's that working out for you? That's what I thought. First break of today's show. When we come back, y'all go, whatever you do, don't miss this segment. If you're new to the show, it is a segment devoted entirely to the ever-increasing level of stupid in this country. Quick break, and we're back with another illustrious edition of Now That's Just Stupid. That's next when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Get huge savings all summer long with the Buy Here, Sell Here program at the Team Automotive Group. Sell your vehicle to us and we'll pay you top value. Or buy here and get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get Team VIP service at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. If you are new to the show, you may not be aware that in response to the ever-growing, ever-expanding, exploding level of stupidity in our country, we've instituted a new segment. It is entitled, Now That's Just Stupid. But you'll notice the graphic there indicates the level of stupid that we're talking about here requires a new word with its own spelling. Hence, STOOPID. S-T-O-O-P-I-D. As in, now that's just stupid. We start, let me say up front, I would buy a ticket at face value to see them try and enforce this. As you may or may not be aware, the USDA issues recommendations on any number of things food and drug related, and that would include alcohol. Currently, the USDA recommendation is that men only have 2 drinks a day. Women only have 1 drink a day. 2025, just around the corner. The USDA is expected to release their new recommendations for alcohol consumption in America. Dr. George Koob, K-O-O-B, is the director of the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism. In an interview recently, he was asked, what direction do you think the USDA will go in with the new recommendations for alcohol consumption? He said, well, since there are no health benefits to consuming alcohol, we will probably do like Canada has done. Canada's recommendation for Canadians is that men have 2 drinks, wait for it, per week. You heard me right. 2 beers a week. This from Dr. Koob, and I get the sneaking suspicion he will probably be called Dr. Boob in the very near future. He admits that, quote, I have 2 glasses of buttery California Chardonnay a week. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. 2 glasses of buttery California Chardonnay a week. So let me get this straight. My buddy calls me up and says, man, I just got back from Tony's. I got a sack of crawfish at the house. You and the missus, y'all come over. I've invited 3-4 other friends. We about to throw down. So I pull up to my buddy's house, and he says, do me a favor, Bugs. Get that sack out of the back of the truck, drag it over here to the patio. So, being the accommodating person that I am, I do that. Then he says, look in the storage room and get the big wash tub in there. Drag it over here so we can wash them off, salt them down, and get them ready for the pot. Meanwhile, he goes, grabs the burner, drags out the butane or the propane tank, starts hooking stuff up. And then he says, by the way, Bugs, the ice chest over here, get you a cold one. Because I know it's hot out here. I see you doing all this work. Get you a cold one. So after I pop the top on the cold one, he says, go back in the storage room, get the folding table and all the chairs, and bring them out and set them up on the patio. No problem, bruh. Got you covered. Then the missus chimes in. Clarence, would you mind coming and get these platters and setting them out and put the garbage can right over here and put a liner in it so we can empty it real easy when we need to? No problem, missus. I'm here to help. The crawfish hadn't even gotten in the water yet, much less the time they've got to soak. So by the time the strainer basket comes out, drips dry, and he throws them on the table, I've had 2 beers. So you're going to tell me with 50, 60 pounds of hot, spicy, boiled crawfish right there in front of my very face, because I've had 2 beers already, I got to wait till next week before I can have another cold beer? Good luck with that, Hoss. Good luck with that. Then I imagine this scenario, among others. Saturday afternoon outside Tiger Stadium, the jambalaya pots are smoking. To my left, there's a grill with an entire gator on it. On the pit to my right, there's an entire hog on it. There's crawfish, there's crab, you name it. And you're going to tell me, 2 beers, bruh. That's all I can let you have. I would buy a ticket to watch this clown try and enforce this in the state of Louisiana. Can you imagine trying to tell the folks in New Orleans, with all the red beans and sausage they consume on Mondays, with all the jambalaya, with all the spicy food in the Crescent City, I would buy a ticket to watch them try and enforce this. But you know what is most telling about this to me? We've seen this movie before, y'all. Originally, at the theaters of life, it was called Prohibition. Remember that? How'd that work out? You know what's going to happen, right? CNN reports a massive explosion in the number of home breweries all across America. How many times do I have to tell you? These people want to control every aspect of your life. Liberals earlier this year made it known we're coming after gas stoves. Then it was window air conditioning units. Have you heard the latest? Your ceiling fans. They're not efficient enough. So in making this big grandiose announcement that the Department of Energy says that ceiling fans are not efficient enough, so we're going to mandate new efficiency standards, and this will save the American consumer hundreds of millions of dollars in utility costs. Woohoo! So after they held this big press conference, an independent group looked at the numbers and said, hey, wait a minute. This ain't right. So they called the government up and said, hi, this is so-and-so with Independent Research Group. Remember y'all told us that making everybody buy new ceiling fans was going to save hundreds of millions of dollars in utility costs every month. Well, yeah, that's right. We're proud of that. I said, well, we crunched the numbers, and what you told us is not true. As a matter of fact, you look at our numbers, the average American household will save, wait for it, 9 cents a month on their utility bill. So let me get this straight. You're going to make all these folks buy new ceiling fans to save 9 cents a month. That's what? $1 a year? After you buy the new, higher priced ceiling fan. It'd probably take you 10, 12 years to recoup that investment. Just about long enough for it to stop working, and then you got to buy another one. They want to control every freaking aspect of your life. And then they have to wonder why 77% of Americans say under Joe Biden's White House, our country's headed in the wrong direction. Duh. STOOPID. Stupid. Bottom of the hour break. When we come back, we'll get you caught up on Louisiana news. That's next. When we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Get yourself summer ready with the award-winning lineup of Hondas at Team Honda. We'll help you find just the right vehicle to hit the road to whatever destination awaits you. Come shop the most awarded brand in Car and Driver's 10 Best history at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
It's time to go where summer leads you during this season of discovery at Team Mazda. Transcend ordinary in the Mazda CX-5 or experience the next level of luxury in the all-new Mazda CX-90. Come by today and discover Mazda at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Of the Clarence Bug Show. Time for Louisiana news and a case that is so very tragic. It befuddles the imagination. And after reading this story, I had to wonder how many other times has something similar to this happened, and we simply didn't know the details of it, or the investigation at the time the story was published had not been completed, so we never got the full gist of what it entailed. Last week, at an apartment complex in Tigerland, neighbors there noticed an apartment inhabited by 2 adults and a 1-year-old. They noticed the 1-year-old had constantly been in the front window tugging at the curtain. So after seeing this over and over and over and over and over again, the other residents of the apartment complex in Tigerland came to the conclusion something's not right here. So they went, knocked on the door, no answer. Knocked again, no answer. I guess attempting to alert the 2 adults that your 1-year-old might be about to climb out of the window or try to get out or whatever, you might want to check on it. So after knocking on the door and receiving no reply, they then called law enforcement. Law enforcement shows up, knocks on the door, no answer. They knock again, no answer. So at this point, law enforcement comes to the conclusion something's not right here. We need to gain entry to this apartment. So they kick the door in. Upon entering the apartment, they find the 2 adults dead, apparently from a drug-induced overdose. Fortunately, the 1-year-old did not get into any remaining drugs that caused the death of the 2 adults. Law enforcement identified the 2 adults as Amy Shakesnyder and Herbert Etienne. No foul play is expected in the case. And y'all please accept this in the spirit that it's given. I guess if there's any silver lining in a tragic case like this, actually there are 2 things. One, that the child didn't get a hold of whatever fentanyl laced, in all likelihood, drug that the 2 adults took. But there's also, as a, quote, silver lining, the fact that this is a 1-year-old, meaning that baby in time, hopefully, will forget about what he witnessed or she witnessed in that apartment. I cannot begin to imagine what it was like for law enforcement to break that door down, go in and find 2 deceased individuals and a 1-year-old. I have said before, and I stand by it wholeheartedly, we don't pay them enough, y'all, for what they do, what they deal with, and what they see on a daily basis. We don't pay them nearly enough. In other
Louisiana news. Just when you thought you'd seen it all, let me preface it with this. As you well know, we face more than our fair share of challenges in my beloved state when it comes to education. Don't know if you saw the story last week, but it is absolutely heartbreaking, sad, unexplainable, among other things. Second Chance Academy is a school here in EBR. In the news recently for some very innocent until proven guilty, ugly accusations. One of the high-ranking administrators was arrested after being accused of having inappropriate relationships with female students at the school. That revelation led to some folks doing some digging. And they found out in looking at Second Chance Academy that the school has not been accredited for the last 23 years. You heard me right. They lost their accreditation in the year 2000. So for 23 years, they've been an unaccredited high school. All this came to light because some students started transferring to other schools, and those schools would not accept them. Your grades, we can't accept them. Well, why not? Because the school's not accredited by the state. How in God's name did this go on for 23 years? Now, it has gotten to the point where, according to one anonymous parent who didn't want to go on camera, her child, a junior, 11th grader in high school, was removed from his 11th grade class recently and told, you have to start over in the 9th grade. The same parent, however, and y'all can get mad with me if you want, I don't care. Y'all ought to know that by now. The same parent in the same interview said, my child, junior in high school, does not know the multiplication tables. My child does not know basic correct English. You're just finding this out? You know, the older I get with every passing day, I realize how wonderful my parents were. And how wonderful the parents were of every child I grew up with. Because at the end of the day, when we're sitting at the dinner table, what'd you learn in school today, Ramel? And I had to go down the list of the things we covered. Oh, you covered such and such in English class? Okay, well, let me hear you use that word in a sentence. Pick out something around the house and use that word in a sentence to describe it. And then after that, okay, what'd you do in math? What'd you do in algebra? Okay, what'd y'all cover in science? Now, with both parents working, sometimes it may not have been an everyday question. but guaranteed 3 times a week, y'all. What'd you cover in school today, son? And you had to have an accounting. How do you get to be a junior in high school and your mother does not know that you don't know your multiplication tables? I am so torn on this one, y'all. I don't mind telling you. Because there's a part of me that does not want those children going out into the workforce so woefully unprepared. But there's also the part of me that says parents should shoulder a huge portion of the blame here. We're going to keep an eye on this and see where it all goes. 23 years without accreditation. I used to be the director of a broadcast college, WKG, here in Baton Rouge. And every single year, that was the big deal. Get ready for the accreditation. The inspectors are coming. They're going to want to see this. They're going to want to see that. They're going to want to see the other. That's what they do. And they will decide whether or not you retain your accreditation. This is so heart-wrenching, y'all. And it points directly to many of the problems that plague our state. Final break of today's show. When we come back, yes, Lord, we might be slow, but we get there eventually. That's next when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close. Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Licerio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Licerio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Licerio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Treads & Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads & Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads & Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to greystonecountryclub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back to the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Tuesday, y'all. One more show to go this week. And that means Thursday will be the final Thursday of the month. So you know what that means, right? We've been letting you know ahead of time that our dear friend Lee Serio wants you to have lunch with Lee. Lee specializes in prepaid funeral programs. If you're one of those individuals like yours truly, and really for that matter, anybody, because as we've seen as of late, on any given day, at any given time, it might be your last moment on this earth. Are you ready? Does your family have the peace of mind of knowing this is what he wants, it's already paid for, so that's one less thing we have to worry about. We're going to sweeten the deal even more. If you come out Thursday, come in at 11. You can watch us do the show live and have lunch. Lee will pick up the tab for your lunch. And at 12 noon, he will open the floor and answer any and all questions that you have. Free lunch, good people, get to watch the show. What more do you want? Oh, we'll throw this in as lagniappe. You can walk away with the peace of mind that you and your family deserve, knowing that it's all taken care of. Thursday, final Thursday of the month, right here at Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard. I'm expecting to see you right here. Finally, have you all seen this lately? Like I said at the end of the last segment, we might be slow, but we get there eventually. Have you seen the explosion in black voters supporting Donald Trump? Have you seen this? The mainstream media is going to try to hide this from y'all. They're going to do everything within their power to stop you from seeing this. The polling numbers, black folks and Joe Biden, going through the floor. Black folks are now proudly and loudly telling other people, man, the heck with this clown, I'm voting for Trump. Now you know why they're trying so hard, doing all the illegal and underhanded stuff that they're doing. Now you know. And here's something interesting. You know, recently in Georgia, they indicted 19 people, including Donald Trump. You realize only one of them is still locked up, has been denied bail and legal representation. Oh, and did I mention? He's black. We're going to show this brother how he's supposed to act. Just so happens, Harrison Ford is the former director of Black Voices for Trump. They have refused to grant him bail. So the logical question then becomes, where's Black Lives Matter? Why don't I hear them hollering, systemic racism, systemic racism? Where are they? Where is Al Sharpton? Where is, what's this clown's name? Benjamin Crump. Where's the Rainbow Coalition? Here's a black man, the only one, locked up, denied bail. Oh, that's right, he likes Trump. You see why you have to stand up the minute this kind of crap happens? Because if they can do it to Trump, they can do it to anybody. Least of all, this black man that they've locked up and are denying him bail. Where's the systemic racism crowd all of a sudden? Or is it only applicable to people that vote the way you tell them to vote? After all, Joe Biden did tell us, if you got a problem trying to figure out whether to vote for me or Trump, you ain't black. You see how they view you? You see how they view you? You see what they think about you? All this talk you hear about systemic racism, systemic, racist, racist. You don't hear a peep out them fools now, do you? And guess what? You won't. Why? Well, because he's a Trump supporter. Take that for what you will. You don't have to be the brightest bulb in the chandelier, my fellow Americans, to figure this one out. Oh, and by the way, if you are sitting back waiting for Al Sharpton to come out and say something, if you're sitting back waiting for Black Lives Matter to rise to the occasion, you're going to be waiting a while, Hulse. You will be waiting a while. Just an observation. My time's up, and I got to go. But you already know the drill. Guys, girl, this day, maybe more so than any other day in history, I give it to you. You know what? You are so right. America, we're not perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you know he loves you, and you know I do too. You also know there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. We'll see you soon. Love you much. God bless.